And what the MRI says, and I'll just read it to you so that, because we're going to need to refer you to an orthopedic doctor, okay? Because you do have some injury there. You have it says that you have a joint fusion, and what that means is they don't know if it was something. When they call it subacute, that means that it's happened within the most recent, but not today. It is subacute, so it's more of a new. It says there's a complete tear of the ACL, so you have an ACL tear.
Okay, that's like a sports injury.
That's like a sports, It's got buckling of the cruciate ligament, so you're going to have to see, there's probably going to be some surgery involved in this. If I had to guess, but I'm not going to call that because that's the orthopedic's job to do that. It shows that you have, it says his impression basically says the findings are most consistent with a subacute pivotal shift injury with ACL tear, and mostly in the posterior tibial plateau, so that's on the back side of that big bone.
Yeah, that's
more on the back side.
Because I can't squat no more.
Yes, and we're going to get you to an ortho, and I'm going to put the same work restrictions on you until you see the ortho. Ortho is the person that's going to make the determination to take you off the work, do the surgery if it's indicated, and repair that tendon and that ACL. It says that there is a tear of the lateral meniscus and a tear in the posterior meniscal root. So that's a lot of injury within that supporting structures of that knee. So it's beyond what we can do here to help you with that, and you're gonna have to see them for more in-depth treatment and more than likely surgery.
Okay.
So advise her to not do what she think is normal because of the tears. Because she thinks she can self-medicate. She thinks she can somehow do her own therapy, and this is gonna go away eventually.
This is not something that you need to play with at all or try to manage on your own. This is something, and I'm understanding part of what he's saying, and as a woman, I'm going to tell you, we try to manage everything that we can manage so that we can do it. We just live with it. We do it. But this is not something that I want you to try to manage and do. Okay? You need to rest. You can still walk, but there's no deep bends, none of that kind of stuff, because all you're doing is making that a whole lot worse. And if they can go in and repair it arthroscopically rather than open.
Okay.
Let them try to do that.
You want it arthroscopic rather than open that knee up and do all that stuff. So, the more that you do, the less likely that they're going to be able to do it arthroscopic. Now, you may get over there and they'll say, I don't think so. We're going to have to open that up. We're going to have to do a lot of different things to it because of the amount of injury and tearing that's done to all of that. They may still have to open it up, but we've got a lot of good surgery with robotic surgery and, be able to just make small incisions rather than opening that up. Because if they open it up, you're going to be off for quite a while off work. And if they can, I'm as hard-headed as anybody, and I'll just keep going and going and doing and doing. And it's just, I've learned.
I like to work.
I know.
Yeah, but you don't want to.
But you don't want to end up with a knee replacement. You don't want to end up with lots of things, and you're going to want to be able to walk, because you're going to get to a point where it's not going to work for you anymore, and then you're going to fall flat on your rear end, and it's going to be a whole lot getting back up. And that's my experience personally, is you keep going and pushing yourself. Yes, ma'am. Going, and you push yourself until you can't go anymore, and then it takes you 10 times longer to get back to where you are today, and then 10 times longer to get you back to normal. So, you want to you want to go ahead and let's get you in and let's get it figured out. Let's just do it.
Okay.
You know, and we'll just turn it in to the company, and they're going to just say it's got to be done. You know, she's got some pretty significant injury, and I'm going to put you on a full restriction because I don't think you need to be doing any of that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? I mean, I'm just looking out for you. I'm not looking out for them at the company or anything else. I'm here to take care of you. And I really feel like, you know, you don't need to be doing any of that. Don't push yourself to do that.
She was.
I'm sorry?
She was doing exactly what we're advising against, because she's thinking, oh, you just don't want me. And I'm like, but babe, I know a knee is serious, especially when it comes to athletes and how they been and everything.
Yeah, but if I can't go to work, how am I going to pay my bills?
Well, you can get compensated. They're not going.
I don't work at All Meadows no more.
It's still workman's comp. You will get a fraction of what you was earning. That'll be something.
I can put you on. I can actually put you on a dust job. You can go to work. I'm not saying you can't go to work. I'm just saying you can't do your normal job.
Yeah.
So, you know, answering the phones and doing those kinds of things, those are appropriate.
But see, with me being a truck driver, ain't no sitting at no desk, ain't no office. They own nothing but trucks.
I know. I mean, but you know,
this is the type of injury that is, though. You can't go around climbing on the back of flatbeds.
You're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
It's not going to be possible for you to be climbing up and down those trucks. It's just not. And you know, the worse the tear is, if it becomes a complete tear, then you are going to be out of commission for a good while. And so it's easier to take care of it now and be out of commission for a short period of time versus just pushing yourself, and then you lose out on a job for a year or more, because it can be pretty extensive. You know, and so, you know, my heart breaks for you. I know that, you know, if you gotta work, you gotta work, and you gotta go do it every day, day in and day out, and there is not any relief there. But if you're not able to work, you're gonna be worse off.
Yeah.
In the long run.
Then returning to work after a short period of time.
I mean, this is just short term. We're not talking about total disability, because if you're totally disabled, you're going to be off in a lot worse shape than you are for a temporary. Does that make sense? I mean, you know, you may have kids, you may have things that you have to take care of, and I totally get that. But you can't take care of any of those things if you don't take care of yourself. And that's what somebody had to just look me in the face and say, you know. And I feel it. I mean, I feel it for you, because I know. Yeah, so let me get the nurses to get in touch with the company and tell them that you need to see, you know, an orthopedic. Okay. Do you have somebody? You have somebody you prefer?
No, not at all.
Are you here from the Decatur area?
No, I actually live in Town Creek, Alabama.
We just moved here from California, so we're new to the area. And so everything we're trying to get acclimated, and then this happened. So
I was working at the job.
Well, I'm going to just tell you that Decatur Orthopedics has some very good doctors in there. They're local. They're here in Decatur. And the Orthopedic Center in Huntsville has some really, really good doctors. And I'm going to see if I can get you in with the TOC in Huntsville.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Thank you.
It would be my family's choice.
Okay, thank you.
If I was making that, is that there's really, they deal with a lot of things up there, sports and all kinds of things. Not that they don't here, it's just that the services that they have available up at Huntsville Hospital is
a lot better
than they are here at Decatur General, where the Decatur Orthopedics. I just spent 17 years in the emergency department in this local hospital, so I'm going to tell you that the orthopedic center is my recommendation.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
I'll just tell you that it's my recommendation. I went to see these doctors over here, and it's fine. They took care of my shoulder. They did a really good job, but it's nothing like having the available resources, because if they can't do something here, they're going to ship you there anyway.
Okay. So thank you. Thank you.
So, okay.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Okay, all right. So let me just get it filled out and get them to make that referral.
Great.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, honey.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
So it is surgery I'm going to have to get done.
Thank you.
So it is, I'm going to have to get surgery done.
I would be able to get.
I didn't grow up down here, and I lived in Texas for several years, so that I'm used to having more resources available. I've been back here for a long time, but it still kind of frustrates me in my mind. Going, okay.
Thank you. Thank you. And that's exactly what that guy said, that lawyer. If they gotta go in your knee at all, you call me.
Tore your ACL. That's